Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, I am going to do some off-grid work, and I have concluded that doing videos on the go is actually probably a good thing to do for the future, because most of my thoughts are when I'm on the go. I went to a doctor's appointment today for a baby girl to check on her with my wife, and all is well. And I really had an eye-opening experience there today, is that the amount of stuff that the medical community wants to push on you for 1% chances of stuff. And I got to thinking about this, is that it brought me around full circle to the current state of affairs where they're trying to make everybody take the poke, is that the medical community, in my personal opinion, okay, as a whole, has become a load of ish. And if you don't know what the slang term for ish is, I'm saying that in a nice way so I don't curse on this channel and always keep it clean. But it is bull-ish, okay? I went through and got breakfast somewhere where I always go through and get breakfast, and one of the sweet ladies that worked there told me and my wife she took the poke. And I thought to myself, well, honey, that'll probably be one of the last times I'll ever see you, because you're probably a goner now. And it's just sad. It's like, for a 1% chance of something happening to you. And like I said, just learned this at the baby doctor today. Like, all this stuff they were trying to push. And I'm like, that's very invasive. No, and no, and no. I don't want my child hurt or my wife. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's pretty sad that we're in the 20th century. You would think that with all the technology and everything that, we would be so far advanced, and I believe a lot of stuff's hidden. Only the elites get that access. But as far as we are so far advanced, and then on the flip side of that, use that same technology to deceive people so greatly and invoke so much fear to the point where that for a 1%, like, think about this, right? I might have a 1% chance of ishing on myself. So I need to wear a diaper every day on the job site. But yet the porta potty is right over next to where I'm working. A 99% chance I'm going to make it there. But just in case, I need to wear a diaper, an adult diaper, right? I'm just trying to be ridiculous for a minute, because I want you to see how ridiculous the situation we're dealing with right now. Like, for a 1% chance, I need to go take a contaminant that will most likely end my life. There was a dad the other day that said that he loved his country, but he will never trust his government again. And I seen the post on Facebook. The kid died of an enlarged heart after took the poke. And you're very young, healthy young man. And I could just keep going down the list. And more stories are coming forward. Like, you just cannot suppress the amount of knowledge that's coming out. But the problem is multitudes have already went too far. You have went past the point of no return after you've already done this. But I really want people to understand that unless you absolutely positively are at the edge of death, don't go to the doctor's office anymore for anything. Like, I stay the flip away from the doctor's office for any reason whatsoever. Dude, I was sick recently, guys, and I think I might have possibly had the Rona. And I had fever, metallic taste. I don't know. It was the flu or Rona. It was one or the other. And I was just jacked up. And you know what I said to myself? I said, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm taking Colloidal Silver, and I'm going to rest this off, and I either die or I make it. And obviously, I'm driving down the road, healthy, living life. But I just thought to myself, I was like, after today at the doctor's appointment, it really made me see with clarity that people with just a little bit of fear and a small percentage put in front of it, just a little chance percentage, how much that people's minds can be molded to do something incredibly stupid. Like, that lady was sitting there giving us that consult, and she's like, a 1% chance of this, there's a 1% chance of this, if you want to do this test and that test. I'm like, I've got a 1% chance that I get in the car out here and I go turn right out of the hospital ladies pavilion, and somebody just sideswipes and kills me. I got a 1% chance I could die of a heart attack right now doing this video. Bruh, this is stupid. Like, 1% chance of dying from Rona, and people's running to take it. folks, for those of us that woke, okay, for where I've ran it this long, right? Because I do feel like this is probably a rant, but you know what? It's righteous indignation, I think, is where a lot of us are at this point, is that it's like, okay, this is where we're at today. In a couple years from now, because I don't think this is all just going to come to formation, the New World Order get fully kicked off on this reset in 1 year. I mean, you need another year or two to really get the numbers up to where the point where that those of us that won't comply are the minority. You really need to get there, and I wouldn't rush this thing. Like, if you're wanting to set the New World Order, another year or two is not that much to wait. You know, I mean, that's short-term gain, or short-term. So when you look at that, it's like, okay, most people were duped over a 1% chance. And let's say 2 at the best, right? I'll give them 2, right? 2% chance of something happening to you because of what's going on right now. What are they going to do next? Because it took very, 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 very minimal effort to pull the wool over people's eyes. Now, I want to have a confession time, okay? I think I sinned a little bit. It's whenever this first happened over there in wherever the flip it is in China. We'll just call it Ming Chong. Wherever it's at. When that first broke out, man, that drives me nuts that I can't remember where it was. But anyway, whenever it first broke out at that lab or whatever, is that, and all them people in China and everything, all this quarantine, all the lockdowns, all that stuff, I thought, you know, I couldn't help but go back to Resident Evil. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like Raccoon City Resident Evil about to go down. And then I stepped back for a minute and I'm like, now let's think about this. The news always over promotes stuff, over dramatizes stuff. It's China, and I need to take a step back. And then after I took a step back and started analyzing data, started looking at what all was going on, started really, really digesting this, I'm like, this is all a load of ish. And it is, folks. And I'm going to tell you what, the last statement I'll make, and I'm not going to say who said this, because I don't want it to come back. People hate speeching on them one way or another, but it's a pastor. I love them dearly. They're Hebrew Israelite. They love y'all. Got a wonderful ministry, many, many churches across the country. And they said in a post on Facebook recently, they said to me, or they said as a whole, said that they had known, I think it was multiple people in the past year that had passed away that they loved, known, and none of them died from Rona. But this year already, I think they said it was 10 people they knew that had all died, and they all had took the poke. Ladies and gentlemen, that screams red flags. Because as me and my dad was talking about the other day, you take 1 in 10 people, or one person that knows 10 people, right? For that one person that knows 10 people that did the deed and they all die, that's a lot of people dying, right? And I'm going to tell you what, by the time the trumpets do pop off and do start sounding, it is going to be a show to see at the graveyards that's filled up with people that's self-deleted. Guys, I'm going to go get to work today. I just want to tell you, don't give up on your life just because of 1% chances. You know, I can't wait to see my baby girl come into the world. And, you know, all these doctors, they're all the time nowadays, I think they love to feed people fear. And they love to make money off that pharmaceutical drug sorcery, and we ain't giving in. So as always, till we see you again here, 7 Trumpets Prayer Channel. Hope Most High Yah Baruch you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends. In Yahushua's name.